everyone and welcome back to my channel where I share a lot of bullet journal and creativity related content. And in today's video I want to share with you my June 2021 bullet journal setup. I hope you will enjoy this video, and if you do, please leave a like and maybe consider subscribing to this channel to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much, and let's get started. So what you can see here is an old setup from I think 2017, which I made for September. The setup was bee themed and I also drew a couple of red flowers. I mostly incorporated those into the headers, and I decided to take this theme and take the general idea of this setup and kind of just translate it into my current style of bullet journaling, but somehow incorporating a few elements of the old setup as well. And if you like this idea, go ahead and tell me in the comments below if I should make more videos like this and kind of make it into a little video series. If you like that, I would go ahead and choose another one of my old setups and do the same thing for July, which is right around the corner actually, since I unfortunately uploaded this video a little late. But I'm back and I have a few videos coming up. So the original setup did not really have any kind of cover page for the month, but I think a month needs a cover page, so I decided to still make one. And for coloring I used the Archer&Olive acrylic pens. I personally really like them because they kind of create this Copic kind of look without being alcohol-based markers, so you can really use them on the paper of those notebooks without them bleeding through the pages. There's no ghosting either, they just work perfectly on the paper, at least of the Archer&Olive notebook. I haven't tried them on any other notebooks, but there's one thing that kind of bothered me. Two of the pens, the one like the blue one I used and the pink one I used, they kind of did not work that well. Like, to start the pen you have to put the nib down and press on it a couple of times until the ink is coming out and fills the nib. I did that on every single pen, but on the blue and the pink one it didn't really work that well. So once you started the pen it worked fine, but after a couple of strokes it just stopped working, and then you had to press on it again, and then you had a couple of strokes you can work with again, and then you had to press on it again. So it didn't really work the way it was supposed to work. But I don't know if it might be the nibs. Like, the pens have exchangeable nibs and they come with spare nibs, but I did not try to exchange the nib, which might have been the mistake I made. So I can't tell you if it works then, but it's kind of unfortunate that you have to change the nib on more than one pen, obviously, just to get it working, even if that fixes the problem. So that is kind of unfortunate, but other than that I really like the pens and I will use them in future setups as well, just because I really like the look of them. So as you can see, I did not only draw flowers and bees, but I also decided to incorporate a little bit of honey and honeycombs, and I tried this kind of bubbly font for June, which I actually really like. So yeah, I also decided to kind of fill out the page with a little more detail, like these little diamond shades and just a few dots somewhere, just to fill out the page and make everything look a little bit more fun. And then I also used a white gel pen to give it a little bit more dimension. After that, I started to create my monthly log. And when you look at the old setup, you see I kind of made these square boxes. I also added a quote and I also incorporated a to-do list, which I honestly just forgot to add to the new one. But I also don't really need it for the month, because once you look at my weekly setups, which I will hopefully upload the video for at the end of the week, you will see that each week has a to-do list and actually a kind of different planner. You will see what I mean once you will look at the video. So if you're interested, don't forget to subscribe and to activate the bell so you won't miss the video. So yeah, what I did for the new interpretation is I kept the square boxes for my monthly log, but I kind of spread it out and left a little bit of space between them. Then I also changed the header where I wrote down Monday through Sunday, and I changed the quote. The quote I chose is, "It's not about how busy you are, but why you are busy. The bee is praised, the mosquito is swatted, And I don't know what my brain did, but I wrote down "swanted." I noticed the mistake once I started taking pictures for my Instagram account. So unfortunately, in this video, you will only see it with a mistake. So if you're interested in seeing the corrected version and also a lot more pictures of my setups and also a few updates about what's going on in my life and what I have planned for the future and just a little bit of more background information, go ahead and go follow me on my Instagram account. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you over there. One more thing I kept from the original setup is kind of the idea of the header. I think I definitely improved my handwriting and my calligraphy in the last couple of years. It's not perfect. I know there are definitely a lot more people that are still a lot more skilled in lettering than I am. This is kind of not my strong side, to be honest. But it's nice to see an improvement. And then as you looked at the old version, I kind of connected the words and separated the header from the rest of the spread with this kind of trace of the path the bee flew before. So I kept this because I thought it was kind of cute. And I also added a lot more traces throughout the spread just to make it really cute and playful and just a lot more exciting. And yeah, then I also added the little details again and used the white gel pen again. And yeah, then I was done for this setup. So next up is my habit tracker, my mood tracker, and my water tracker. On the older version, I actually left like the bigger space for the water tracker and the smaller space for my mood tracker, but I switched that because I had a better idea for the mood tracker for this setup than for the water tracker. So I kept the water tracker really simple. Let's first start with the habit tracker. Here I kind of kept the idea of these little boxes I already created for my older version, but I decided to make this sideways spread, which I've never done before, I think. At least I can't remember. And I actually really like this page. I think this double spread, like these 2 pages, once they are done, are my favorite of the spread. So yeah, I didn't really like the idea of just plain boxes. They were too neat for my taste for this spread, so I decided to go ahead and add these bee trails again to kind of start and finish the habit tracker box. And I think it's a little bit more playful that way. I really like that. The habits I decided on were working out, reading, meditating, learning Japanese, taking my pills, taking care of my hair, eating healthy, singing, and waking up by 5:30 a.m. And for my mood tracker, I used an idea I already shared with you in one of my older videos, which I think I uploaded in November last year. So go ahead and check it out to kind of get more ideas of how you can create pretty spreads that have a theme without really having to draw a lot or having a lot of drawing skills and having a lot of time. Those are setup ideas that really don't take a lot of time and are really easy to do, and they will look really, really cute, I promise. So like I said, I used one of the ideas, and this idea is the honeycombs for the mood tracker. So I just drew a few hexagons and wrote down the numbers of the month in there, and every day I will color one of the hexagons in a color that fits my mood. I decided on very happy, nice, and not so nice, so really simple, just 3 moods. And underneath that I drew again a little bit of honey, and on the honey that is kind of dripping down from the spoon, and every day I drink enough water, I will just kind of circle the numbers. So I kept it really simple just because I thought it has to go on this page, but I don't have that much room. So I decided on doing something really simple instead. Next up is my sleep tracker. And on my sleep trackers before, I just wrote out the numbers 1 through 21 because in Germany we have like military times. So we don't use like AM and PM, we just count from 0 to 24. And I just wrote that out, and every day I will just mark the time I slept. So I did that again, but I wanted to make it a little bit more pretty. So I decided to draw a lot of flowers, and on every flower I will write down one of the numbers of the month. Yeah, and then I just made it look pretty again with a lot more flowers, honeycombs, bees, the trails of the bees, and just a little bit more detail, the white gel pen, and for the numbers, which I actually first forgot to add, so you will see them once I finish my workout page. Then I will go back and add the numbers. But for that, I used a gold gel pen. I actually wasn't really sure what to use for that because there was no gold in the setup. So I was a little bit hesitant on using the gold gel pen, but I wasn't really sure if a white gel pen or the black pen would really show up on there. So I still used it and I'm actually really happy. I think it looks great and the gold doesn't stand out as much as I thought. So and now onto my workout page. And here you might notice if you've looked at my older version of the spread that I changed something. Like on the original there was a study tracker as well, and underneath that there was this workout tracker. But I like to print out the planners from Pilates because I really like her workouts in there. You can track perfectly if you did the workout and so on. Those old planners had a different size, so it was easy to fit them and another tracker on one page, which is not possible anymore. So I decided to just dedicate the whole page to my workout and just decorated it a little bit around the planner. So I have a little bit more time of talking, and maybe some of my older subscribers noticed and maybe were a little confused. I changed my name to Manevi. My channel was called Lara Fenna before, which is my real name, and I didn't change it because I didn't want people knowing my name. I changed it because I didn't feel like it fit my channel. I personally love fairy tales and fairies and Celtic tales and all that kind of fairy tale stuff and mythical stuff and dragons and magic, and you know what I mean. Yeah, and I thought when I have the chance to create something, I want to create it in a way that really makes me feel happy. And so I wanted my channel to have a name that really fits that kind of magical, mystical theme. So I thought Manevi fit a lot better. So yeah, I hope now you know why I changed my name, and I really hope you like the name. So let's move on. The next page is my A Line a Day page, where you can just write down like one line of everything that happened that day that I want to remember. I wanted to make that a little bit more interesting than it was in the original version, because that was like really basic. I just wrote down the numbers, added a little yellow highlight with my mild liners and a black line to separate it from the text, which I thought was pretty boring. So I again used the honey idea and made a really long drip where I wrote out the numbers on top and then decorated everything again. So, and now the next page is completely different from the one from the original version. Don't worry, the brain dump is coming on my last page. But here I decided to add the study tracker, which I did not add on the page before. And I also added the readings tracker, which was on the same page as my wants and needs page and my finance tracker. If you have seen my setup videos from the months before, you know that I actually did track my finances, or I at least set up a tracker. But to be honest, I never really used it. Like, I thought it was good to have it, but in the end I didn't use it, so it's kind of a waste of space. So I'm not using that anymore. And wants and needs, it wasn't even filled out on the original one, so that's kind of not necessary. So I decided to kind of put all of that together and just add the study tracker and the readings tracker on the same page. And what I thought would be a fun idea on the study tracker, you see I drew a few bees, and once I marked all of the hours I worked on my assignment for the semester or just studied, I will connect them with these little lines I used for the trail of the path of the bees, and will connect them to the bees. So this is kind of the trail the bee flew, if you know what I mean. I will post a picture of that once it's completed on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me there. And underneath the readings tracker is really simple. One box is 10 pages, and once I completed 10 pages, I will just color the box. page for this setup is my brain dump, which is really easy. For this setup, I just drew a little blue border like the one I already drew on my cover page. Yeah, made it look cute again, added all of the details as like the ones I added before. So this way I just have enough space to write down anything I don't want to forget. And I decided when I'm filling out these spreads, I will use a blue pen like I already did on the original one, because I think it I kind of like this contrast between the yellow and the blue. So I will continue that. That looked kind of cute. So I hope you enjoyed this video and liked the setup. And yeah, if you did, go ahead and give a thumbs up to this video. And maybe in celebration of my new channel name, go ahead and tell me in the comments below what your favorite fairy tale is. And I think my favorite is... Ooh, that's actually a hard one. So I think my favorite is Cinderella and the Sweet Porridge, which is kind of a really short one and not a lot of people know it, I think, but I really like it. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in my next video again. Have a wonderful week. Bye!